All right, let's call it to order. Oh, there's the flag. Let's start with the pledge as usual.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's get the agenda out, Joey.
Sorry.
Step one, okay. All right, so we are back to look at the majority and minority reports for the vote we took last time. So I figured we just start with Langdon. So Kevin, the last draft is the one. It's right here? No,
those are well,
there's no printed one for Langdon. Okay, that's fine. Does anybody have any questions, comments about the Langdon one?
I mean, I thought it was very comprehensive, very well done. I think it answers all the questions that any voter would have. So I thought, good job.
Okay, so I guess, just should probably formally do a motion to have that be the report that goes to the Board of Ed.
Sure.
Go ahead.
So I make a motion to accept the Langdon report. Period.
Second.
All right, do we want to do a roll call? The people will be voting on it, just be the ones in the majority, right? So, who are we missing? Sarah's here remotely, isn't she?
Shelley wasn't going to be able to be here.
But Sarah's here. So, do we want to do a roll call or just do a voice vote?
Since we have somebody online, we should do a roll call vote.
Okay, so I guess we'll start with those in favor. I'll go first. Aye. Kevin?
Kevin, yes.
Joe, yes.
Karen, yes?
Yes.
Jasmine? Yes. Carolyn?
Yes.
Okay. All right, that's our report.
Want me to say yes too?
I don't know, last time we talked about just having the people who voted for recommending vote on.
Oh, okay, all right. I just wasn't sure because I'm trying to hear you and the airport noise, so.
Ryan, do you want to?
I don't need to vote.
Okay.
It was a great report, though, I will say that.
Okay. All right, and then I understand there's no minority report for Langdon?
Correct.
Okay, that's right, Sarah?
And, yep, sorry, I'm unmuting so that you don't have to listen to the airport noise. Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so that's that one. So this is the signature block here, Kevin, right? So what we wanted to do was have everybody sign off on it like we did they did in Charlestown. So we just need to facilitate Shelley and Sarah.
We do have a school board meeting next Monday,
So we'll do it then.
so I can bring it with me then.
So everybody just, why don't you just pass it around right now? Sign in. What is today, Kevin? 10/20. Not a tremendous amount of the date there, Kevin.
Well, you do it next time.
Really did that whole report and give us that much room for the date?
I made this font even smaller because it started out being even smaller.
Just thank you for doing that.
He called me at 4 o'clock and said, hey, do we have a, like, no, we don't. Yeah, we do.
Like any good leader, I delegated. And then, Ryan, there is a spot for you and Sarah on that one, as opposed.
Draft.
What's that?
Need to remove the word draft from, I gotta figure out how to do that.
I'll show you. I'll finish. You know what? I'll finish it for you.
Okay, take the draft off.
Oh, you do it. You got the official. I'll just show you how to do it.
Did the whole report. Delegate.
All right, and then the last thing. that one. Okay, good. So now, we're moving on to the majority report for Walpole. Take it away.
Any questions?
I have some revisions. My name is listed on here. I would like my name taken off.
Oh, as the parts that you
It's
drafted?
on page 1,
I was trying to give credit, but yeah, I can take that off.
there's 2 on page 3,
Can we, are those to hand out?
5.
I could easily do that. I wasn't aware. We were there last week, but, or last time we met, but
Wait, 2 more down there?
I can do that.
I don't,
Oh, she doesn't.
oh,
There you go.
You want it?
I don't need one. I saw it online.
Oh, well, I can sit there. Yeah, because I can't.
Yeah.
Yes, I assume this is the same one you shared on the 5th, is that correct?
Friends.
With a couple edits around a summary at the end, and I'll do another edit and take
But-
out Kevin's.
It's the same, like you just edited the version in the Word doc or the Google doc that was out there, so if it was like yesterday or this morning or something, it's the same that was there. It's not a
Yes.
different document.
No, it's not a whole new one like I did with others.
Well, at least you got top billing under the AI.
Yeah.
That's something.
Well, sometimes.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, this is it. There's no other forthcoming changes, right? Okay.
That's what I could do with the time I had and the input I had.
And I voted for it. I can't say the same that I said for Langdon. This is not comprehensive in my opinion, as far as giving the details and to answer all the voters' questions, and I've said that before. I wish there was more info on budget, but I guess this is where we are today.
I'd like to ask a question. How was this committee supposed to do this report? I thought it was supposed to be a collaborative report.
Wait, what do you mean collaborative? Well, we broke into the subcommittees, and then we've had it going around
But
to
the
everybody.
subcommittee, our subcommittee did almost nothing. Joe did something, I think,
Karen,
maybe Sarah did. Karen, you did something, Karen?
Yeah.
Karen and Joe helped.
But otherwise, the rest of us did nothing. I could have stayed home, and I just wanted that on record, that it was not collaborative.
Thank you, I appreciate that. It wasn't, that was how I felt throughout, so.
So this is the report.
This is
All right,
the
let's-
report.
Let's take a motion to have this be the report for Walpole.
I motion that this is the report for Walpole. How's that?
Second.
All right, any other discussion about it? I think we should have done that before we had some discussion, but that's fine. That's not a big deal. Anything else, Nancy?
No.
Good. Joe,
Oh, yes.
do you have anything to add?
No, I didn't know if we were.
You got somewhere to be, Joe?
Well, actually, I got a zoning board meeting to go to.
This is way more fun.
This is way more fun. No, I have nothing to add. I said my keys the last time.
Okay. Any other discussion? All right, let's do a vote. I'll vote in favor of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Carolyn?
Yes.
Kevin?
Kevin, yes.
Joe?
Joe, yes.
Reluctantly, yes.
Okay. Everybody who voted in the majority voted for the report, so we can ask for no's, but there shouldn't be any. So did you
Right,
want
it's
us
all
to
the same.
sign one of these today, or?
Yes, please.
So, just to be clear, there's no appendices going with this?
No.
There's not, this is it?
This is it.
So, and then the only thing that would change after we sign it today is just Kevin's name comes out?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I just don't have my internet access anymore, so I can't make the changes right now. I would do
Which
that
one we
when
do?
I don't, but let's, You can put a star on the front of it because I have to edit it anyway. So we'll know that one.
So are you all set?
I'm all set.
Okay, let's move on to the minority report.
I move that we submit this minority report for Walpole with one minor correction. There's an E missing in Claremont that was brought to my attention today, so thank you very much.
Does it need seconding?
Yes,
Do
please.
you have
Second.
copies of that? Because I
I
didn't
just-
get it.
And I just like to speak to some of the things in it.
What, did you second it, Nancy?
I did.
Okay, so, discussion then. Do you want to say anything about it, Ryan, or
No.
Nancy or Sarah?
No, I believe I shared it earlier today,
Can you send it to me?
that I did, but sure, absolutely.
Did you find me in there somewhere? Because I didn't
You
get
are
it.
on you are, right, Chaz?
Yeah,
Yep, you have an SAU60 address, Chaz Street, C Street.
so it's Chaz Street, not C Street, CHAS.
Well, that's your name, but your address is C Street at SAU60.org,
All right, I was correct.
right?
That's what you just
C
gave
Street.
me.
Yep, yeah, that's where I sent it today.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Nancy. All right, other discussion? Do you have something, Carolyn?
I do, because I read it, and you're probably not surprised. I feel that there's a great deal of opinion that, it's hard to read all of the opinion and judgment in it when that was a major complaint of how I operated, that I had opinion in my report, and my report needed to have the opinion taken out. I'm surprised at some of it. Some of it is, in my recollection, absolutely not accurate, whether people were not at meetings or something along those lines, so information was missed, that's entirely possible. I feel like what's outlined here kind of exemplifies where Walpole's at, as the people that I understand, is this is not, my experience here has not been collaborative. It's not a cooperative from my point of view and other people that have stepped down from the school board. It's not a cooperative for Walpole anymore, and it's really hard to swallow what I'm seeing here after my experience with the committee. It exemplifies what Walpole finds is concerning, so I can leave it at that. The financial concerns, part of what I'm getting at with the financial piece, not going into great detail and choosing to, if anything, inflate the numbers, is because the money isn't the point for Walpole. It's not a cooperative for us, has been our experience, and so that's not, the bit-by-bit numbers are not the point of why Walpole is doing this. But the numbers are, I have the floor. The numbers are, I lean toward the larger numbers for that purposefully, knowing that I don't want to break down the school district budget for you all. I mean, there's some pieces in there that, whether you're aware of or not, it's, it is public knowledge, it is public, available publicly, but I just didn't think it was necessary. As far as the special education goes, I did a great deal of due diligence, as did Karen on the special education piece. We know how much Walpole is spending, and if you looked at the numbers, quite a lot to take care of our students and their education. And we already do have special education students that have different placements and outside. We are able to accept that, and we more than show that in this number. If you really considered the numbers that are in the budget that the school board approved, you would see that it's very much accounted for. And we sat down with Sandra and went over it in detail. I accounted for the programs and the cost of the programs. All of that has been accounted for.
Can I interrupt for 1 second? Hello?
I've had months of you all telling me and dissecting what I'm doing. I'm going to continue. Thank you, Sarah. I'm happy to cede the floor in a minute or two, but I really need to have
fine.
my say.
That's why I asked.
Okay, when it comes to the IT piece, I absolutely did due diligence with that as well as with many of the numbers to the best of my ability. And with the IT, because it is very difficult with the moving parts and we don't know how things are gonna settle out with the school district being in flux anyway, as far as IT. So presuming we're doing our own IT, I did research into if we contract with a company that specializes in IT for the school district, for a school district, what is the average cost per user? So no, it doesn't account for each building because it's not each building calculated. It's the number of users. It's a remote support system. So I will put that there. Leave that there, I should say. The erosion of goodwill, that's not something we felt. And that's why we're here. We are not here because of the numbers. We are here because it has not felt collaborative for Walpole. I take exception with your saying Walpole, if Walpole chooses to tuition. We were very clear that we want to tuition. We want to tuition to Fall Mountain, and we just haven't been given an answer. And I understand you may need to restructure, but there's several things in your report that are just either false or blatantly just opinion. And then moving on from that, oh, no, I just lost my, the information for the Walpole study, my jaw dropped. I gave you links on the Walpole site for that report. I'm sorry that you don't recall that, but I don't have a personal copier where I can bring everything in, and I put it on the server and shared it with everybody.
I don't know how you provided that.
I put it on the server and I said at a meeting that it was there. I don't know what to tell you. If it's not there, it's not there, but that was done. And I haven't seen anything recently that you've been concerned about that. I think that you're just sharing opinions and building a case, and I guess that's your job as the coming down against it. Special ed students, I did that piece. On the server. I take exception, and now I'm really just having my say, but I take exception around the complaints about the minutes. It was asked early on, would someone be the minute taker? It's been asked during meetings. I'm fielding all of the questions at our subcommittee, discussing what I've written, taking suggestions, and I'm taking the minutes. I realize it's not up to spec, but I did the best I could.
I would like to just say one thing. This report is not a personal attack to you. It is a counter to a majority report, and it's not personal.
But I think it is. There are things in here that are
You're feeling
clear.
that way, and I'm sorry that you're feeling that way, but it's not personal for you. It's a counter to a majority report, and if you're feeling that way, it is probably because you drafted that report, and I am sorry you feel that way, but that is not how the intention was.
So to finish, staffing instability would likely follow, filled with just opinion and supposition on that. Wow. You just rolled your eyes at me.
Yes, ma'am,
So
did.
I do take it personally because I've been on my own with this. I do take it personally, and I don't think any different as far as how you're directing it. But I wanted to have my say on that because this is really just a creation of, I don't even know what. So I've had my say. I think, Sarah, you were hoping to share something.
Unfortunately, Caroline, it seems as if every time that anybody says something against what you have written down, you take it extremely personally. I am sorry about that. It is unfortunate that you took on the entire writing of that report and did not collaboratively write that report, and therefore you feel extreme ownership of that report. The idea of the committee was that we would collaboratively work on the report. We've not done that. And I'm not saying that that's like a bad, like you're a bad person because of that, but we simply didn't. You were going back and working with other people in Walpole, not with us, and then coming back to us and giving us information. Oh, you're shaking your head, but I know it's true. You're gonna say she's rolling her eyes. You're gonna say, and you're gonna shake your head.
I disagree
You
with you.
were going back. Excuse me. Now it's my turn. You were going back and talking with folks in Walpole about budget numbers. You were going back and talking to folks in Walpole about other towns and other places that you would be, and where should you get information? I heard you doing it. So if you're not going to use the committee, then the minority report, the purpose of the minority report is to say, these are the things we disagree with. And these are the things we disagree with.
So what I would like to say, Sarah, is that
can I do one other thing?
I asked for input. I asked for help. I asked you guys for help. Sarah, I said, would you please find out all of the platforms that we need? And you said yes. And you didn't bring anything. I so strongly disagree that I kept this for myself. 9 times out of 10, people hadn't read the draft. You read the draft and gave me edits.
Excuse me.
But I was often told, just go do this differently. And it often was opposite from one month to the next without people going. Karen, thank you very much, did. Joe, thank you very much, did. Give me an area and I'll work on it. Other than that, there was no information provided. I was told when I said, hey, can we bring Cheryl in on this? Because she knows the numbers. I was told, no, we're not going to bring anybody else on, but you consult with who you want. You tied my hands, and then you're saying, why didn't you do this differently? It's the same thing with taking minutes. Will somebody take minutes? Nobody will take minutes, okay? So I or Nate are taking minutes. It just, I'm sorry, but I'm going to stand up for myself because I have heard it go back and forth like this. The idea that it's painted that I kept this report to myself just adds to my, I'm shocked.
Well, the purpose, again.
You didn't contribute information.
I sat down with you and talked with you a lot about special education. I offered to sit down with you and work on budget numbers. And I don't remember saying I was going to bring you any, I don't remember. Is that in the minutes?
You were in the parking lot when you offered.
Is it in the minutes?
No.
Okay, thank you very much. I do not remember ever saying that. So please do not say that I didn't do something. I offered to help you numerous times. So, and aside from that, are you aware that Fall Mountain now has a schedule for the tuition rates for special education students? That is one rate for a special education student that is a, shall we say, level 1 special education student, and another level for students that are in a more intensive program, and another level for students that are more intensive?
No, nobody's told me. No.
It's unfortunate that you don't know that. That should be in the report.
I knew you were working on it. I knew that through Deb Manso, she let me know that that's something that was being worked on, so everybody had a similar tuition. But I was never provided anything. I wasn't told, other than Deb, I didn't even know that was going on.
Actually, I brought up that in the
Well,
meeting.
That's the kind of thing that is mentioned in the minority report, that it's not complete, and that's why we wrote the minority report. I'm sorry, Kevin, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember from the Charlestown report, the minority report, there was some disagreement about the minority report thing too. And did the majority come back together to add to the report, the rebuttal, or that was just in from the DOE?
There was any particular, there was a majority report that got submitted with all of the addendums and documents that supported it. And then there was a minority report that got submitted. There was no inter-discussion
There's
about what
no
was taken
report.
through those reports.
I thought maybe there was an opportunity to provide a rebuttal as part of the
No,
report.
I just
So,
felt that I needed to
Okay.
say, that's all.
so if there's not, I'm.
Thank you, everyone.
Do you wanna do that?
No,
We have till November 1st to get this stuff submitted, so
No.
you.
What I'm hearing is this is their
Okay.
point of view,
Right,
and their opinion, and so they
sure.
provide opinion.
That's all in my head.
That being said, I guess we can sign and similar to your process.
Yeah, you wanna vote on it? You guys should probably vote on it, right? I
Yeah.
think it's probably gonna, you know what it's gonna be, but.
I just would like to say that I agree with Sarah. I felt that we weren't asked. You're gonna take your stuff back to Walpole and have them work on it. And I don't ever recall anybody asking to somebody take notes. The person that was voted in apparently still is, got off the committee. I don't know. But I don't ever recall anybody being asked to take notes. And I commend the minority report.
Good. Any other discussion on that one? All right,
I do have another question.
okay.
Can anybody that signs the majority report sign the minority report too?
I don't think so, because I mean, one question I have for you guys is, we had you sign as opposed, but this is also just to show the DOE the official vote. If you want us to vote as the or sign it as the majority, I have no problem with that, but the idea is that the minority report is being submitted by the minority voters, so there wouldn't be any reason for somebody who voted in the majority to join in, I wouldn't think.
I didn't get that impression either, which is why I didn't label it one way or the other
Yeah,
on the bottom, so.
so, okay, so, that's that. Any other discussion? No? All right, Nancy, how are you gonna vote on the minority report?
Yes.
Right, Ann?
Yes.
Sarah? Seems to be signifying yes. All right, we're gonna pass this one around. So do you want us all to sign that, or is our, for these two is fine, right? Is that okay?
Yeah, and I printed out a copy and there is one missing E, which I will fix and what have you, and we'll catch Sarah when she comes back. And I do have a logistical question. So it's on us to send it to the DOE, right?
Hold that thought.
Okay.
That's next. I didn't have it on the agenda because we had some developments since I,
Sure.
but, well, everybody's just signing their names. We can go into that. So I had a discussion with somebody at the Board of Ed, DOE. So what they want us to do is email the reports to them once they're done, which we have now. So I'm gonna start an email chain with her name's Angela. Send the reports once they're signed by everybody. I think we just need Sarah and Shelley. And that's Monday, you have a board meeting? So, and then I will scan them all and I will send them. The Board of Education's monthly meeting is November 13th. So it's not a foregone conclusion that we go, but I think we will. I mean, I think it seems like they call everybody, but she said they weren't sure. There is a 180-day deadline that would have been whatever day that was, October 11th, which we met. That's when I talked to her and emailed her, and she basically said, nobody meets that deadline. They didn't even know it was there. So she was very excited that we did, that we used it. And so I will send those off, and then everybody on this committee will be on that email, so that all the information will be coming back and forth. My understanding is they'll take the report, then they'll tell us whether we need to come or not come, which I think we'll need to come.
I'm still not signing
Okay.
So the other thing we need to find out from them is we have to make sure we hit all the statutory requirements, so, duly warned warrant article in Walpole and the duly warned warrant article in Langdon. I just don't know what they need for that, if,
Okay.
like, the town admin has to promise that they did it or what, so that'll all kind of be included in there.
Okay.
So logistically, that's a long way of saying, probably tomorrow, I will email her, tell her that we have reports, they just need to be signed by a couple more people.
Yep.
And but what should we be doing next? We have till November 1st, so we're not up against any deadline or anything, I don't think. So, did that answer?
Just so you all know, I'll be home tomorrow, so I can come into central office and sign those tomorrow.
Yeah, that might be tough. You might get there before it does, even though you're somewhere else.
Nancy and Ryan, you don't?
I prefer not to sign, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity, but no,
Okay.
So,
Doesn't it say you voted against it?
I'm aware.
that's fine. So did that answer your question, Ryan, about logistics, or did you?
Yes, thank you. You'll just include us with that, and once I make my correction with the missing E, and I'll send it to you, and we'll,
You have a way to scan it, right?
yeah.
Yeah, just
I
scan
will.
it and email it to me, and
Yeah,
I'll
I
upload it.
will.
And then once we have these ones, we'll get
Yeah.
that scanned and
And
uploaded.
I'll connect with Sarah for a signature, and I'll
Okay.
send it through the 60 email.
Okay, anything else on that front? So, do we need any other meetings for this group? Or are we we're just gonna, like I said, everybody will be included, so I gotta make sure your email address is right though, Chad.
Well, I think it's C Street is,
Okay,
she found it and I'm in there somewhere.
okay. Somebody will let you know. And then as far as who goes to the Board of Ed hearing, I think we need to go. Kevin will go, Kevin wants to go, he's excited to give his report to the state. So,
What is the date for that?
I think it's the 13th,
Yeah, okay.
and that's their monthly meeting. She did tell me when I talked to her on the phone, kind of plan to be there all day, just in case they take us last, but, like I said, it's not a foregone conclusion that anybody has to go. So we'll just have
So
to
they,
see.
they could approve the report without any,
I think that's unlikely, but I don't know that. It just seems like it is. It just seems like that they shouldn't, but that's, if they do, we're lucky. I'll listen to your spiel, Kevin.
I don't have a spiel, I have a spiel to give at the beginning, but other than that, I have no spiel to give.
So, all right, well,
Question.
Yeah.
So, once the Board of Ed signs off.
Yep.
Then next steps, it goes to the,
it'll be on the warrant, the school warrant in March.
right. Do we want to do any town visits as a committee to
I think that's something that
open up
just,
discussions? Because I know Langdon did one, but Walpole
Yep.
didn't.
so I think
And the other 3 towns.
as a committee, we could. I don't think we need to do it as a committee, because although it was pretty,
I think
a bigger majority voting to recommend, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're all gonna support withdrawal, or that we will support withdrawal.
Right.
So it's not really gonna be that same united front of here's the stuff, you know what I mean? So if people wanna go to a town and make a case, the committee members might not be making the same case. I encourage everybody to tell anybody who will listen all about it. Tell them where they can find the reports.
Do anything like that?
There's a lot of outreach.
Yeah, there needs to be a lot of outreach. The one, and just so everybody's clear, the one that we did in Langdon was not this is good or bad or anything. It was just, here's what we found so far. What do people think? And the main goal was to flesh out questions people had. Say like, well, you didn't tell us, you didn't say anything about this or that. So then we kind of put it into the report as we needed to, or talk with people. But I think the more outreach you can do, the better. Now, whether we do it, I mean, we could do it as a committee. Again, I just don't know that everybody would be in lockstep. So it might not be the best way to do
I think
it.
this committee ends, or your job is done, I think.
Yeah.
But that could be,
Does anybody know how Charlestown did it?
Yeah.
Did the
Well,
committee
Your
do
job is
any
to
outreach?
work
Well,
with the school board.
one thing that I remember from the Charlestown withdrawal was that when it came to going to the Department of Education, the people that wrote the majority report went and the people that wrote the minority report went. Because there was an opportunity there, they let both sides speak. You know, so if you're on the majority or the minority, I think you two said that you were gonna go. I would suggest that somebody on the minority.
Oh, I think somebody-
One person on the minority.
yeah, I think
go
somebody
there.
who did the minority
Just take in
report
case if they have any questions.
should go.
Yeah.
Right, that's helpful, but when it comes to informing the voters.
I think the answer to that, not to cut you off, Karen, is that we're not gonna do that as a committee. I don't know that, I mean, what do people think? Does anybody wanna do that as a committee?
I tried to inform people in Alsted because I was on the school board at the time, not because I was on the committee. I wanted to let them know where I
Yeah.
stood and how I
You
voted
kinda
and
go
stuff
back to
like
your
that.
corners.
And I think,
Do your own town.
in the,
Well, do,
it was Alan Dustin at the time, was the selectman from Alsted on the thing, and he did the same thing. You know, he went back and he stated the way he voted and what we did, and, you know, we tried to let the town know what we thought. I mean, the town was interested, you know, because if Charlestown left, that's like close to half the student population was gone.
so I think, Karen, you can go out and do that kind of stuff with anybody you want to.
Well, I
For sure,
understand
in
that.
any town that you want.
Yes, I realize that, but I was just wondering, as a committee, do we want to do an outreach? I just think that we're missing a step, but.
I think it would be helpful in our drive that is public facing on the website if we add another folder that says reports and put all of our reports in there, because I think it would be helpful as we get closer to March and as we are doing this community outreach, that we can direct them to the SAU website and look, and they can go to one folder and see that.
Can you get to the drive?
Yeah.
Public, can you get to the drive?
You go to the 60 website and under committees, it's right there and you can view it.
Yeah, so we posted it. Yeah, I definitely think it needs to be
Posted it
posted.
versus the drive.
Yeah, I just think that
Yes.
because we have different folders for stuff, I think it would be very helpful to just have one like all the reports in one
That's fine.
area. And I
Oh, it
think,
needs to be public, it's somewhere central.
yeah, so that when we're
The
all,
only thing it does for me, if I wanna go onto the drive from home, all I have to do is log into my, Fall Mountain email address, and then it's got all of the things that I need to get there. But if I just happen to be logged into my select board email address, when I try to go to the drive, it says access denied.
right, then you have to go through the web, and be a member of the public at, SAU60 and do a public facing.
Yeah.
But then anyone could go and point to the website when you're talking. to them.
Exactly, and tell everybody.
Yeah.
That's where it's put on a Facebook page. Every town's got a Facebook
So I
page.
think
Right.
everyone will talk to their
Yeah.
towns.
Yeah.
to the voters
I'll go
of
talk with
towns.
people with you, Karen. I'll go with you.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Right.
Make all sorts of trouble.
So my only question would be, who's going to be presenting this at the deliberative session would be all questions.
I don't know yet, because if the committee's
See, that's another step.
disbanded in a way, we'll just have to figure that out. We'll, I don't know, I mean,
As it gets closer and we can.
yeah, as it gets closer, and I don't
We
know
have to
that
get
it
past the
necessarily,
state first.
a presentation needs to be from any, it doesn't have to be somebody on this committee either. There's gonna be a lot of people talking to it, I think.
Well, as a school board member, if we're sitting up on stage, somebody's gonna be asking the questions. I don't have the answers because I didn't sit on this committee. I have my own opinions, but I did not study any of these things. I have not done any of the research that all of you
Yeah.
have. I have only read, I think, 1 of 4 reports at this point. I am not capable of answering the questions that you, as the chairs, should be answering.
That could be a logistical thing too
Yes.
for, Leroy.
No, don't have him do it.
No, no, he's not
We'll
gonna
be
do it,
presenting,
but he's the moderator,
People need to know
so,
who is
yes. No, I
maybe
understand.
introducing, and so I would like,
Yep.
planning for that in February, I would like to know
Yep.
who's taking charge of that and what the plan is for deliberative session.
When Charlestown did, there was no presentation. I know
There was.
there wasn't.
Albert very much stood up and made the presentation, they took questions.
I remember it was in the gym. A lot of people there.
There was a lot of people. On numerous occasions, he put himself up there as the chair of that committee to answer questions and bring it to people.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. Somebody will.
So that's the step that, I don't know that we should break up the committee at this point. I mean, there's still things that need to be
Yeah.
done, that need to be communicated, like what's the Department of Ed's response?
Yeah, then
You may have to come back.
we have to
Right,
stay
I think
together
we
at least
should.
until then.
I think,
Well, I don't think we do anything formal to disband the committee. Nothing like that.
no, but you keep saying that, so I think that
Yep.
we need to stay together. We're still a committee, and that we need to be prepared for these next steps,
Sure.
depending on what,
So the next one is just to get this stuff out there to the DOE, the Board of Ed.
Yeah.
And the Board of Ed.
And then we'll go from there. Did the whole committee participate in that at the deliberative session, or was it just Albert?
The whole committee was there, because they're interested. He was the central point for
Yeah, all
the
right.
presentation and the questions. Numerous people can speak to it at that point, it's a public meeting.
Yeah, right. That would be the hope, is that a lot of people talk about it.
As long as there's somebody that they're asking questions to, and they can get answers instead of.
What's that?
Is that rained?
It
Yes, it is.
left my raincoat in the car because it was
I
supposed to
did
be
the
sunny.
same thing.
I was like, oh, blue sky.
You can rub mine in somewhere.
Drive it right up to the door, you'd like that. That'd be convenient.
So I think we should set a future date, a meeting date.
I think the next thing that we would meet for though would be when the Board of Ed says, you need to fix this or tell us more.
Yeah.
Which would be a deadline. So I would say set one then, because I have no clue when that's gonna be.
Well, they'll have 30 days, they'll review it and then get back to us. So maybe we need to set it in early December.
I was just gonna say, do you want to just throw a dart like the second week of December?
Hold on, I'm gonna look at the school board.
It's easier to do now with everybody here, most everybody, I know Shelley's not here, but
Shelley loves meetings, so she'll.
over email.
As long as it's a Monday.
What is the school board meeting on the 2nd and the 4th? Monday?
We have
Yeah.
school
Is that
board
what it
meetings on the 8th and the 15th
Okay.
Of December?
of December.
So we'll do the 8th?
No, we had them on the 8th and the 15th, school board meetings.
And you want to do that?
Yeah, went back to 2 meetings a
It
month.
could be at 8 o'clock at night,
Did we change ours from the 22nd to the 15th?
because the 22nd is a holiday break.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we could do it December 1st.
Which, well, that's not enough, that's not the 30 days though.
What about the 9th?
Yeah, you don't have to stay.
Oh, if our Board of Ed is the 13th, they have a month, then probably go past that, right? So, the 18th would get me on fire drill.
Why would the first be the wrong date?
Because if they have, the Board of Ed has 30 days to tell us they need more.
They get the
or
reports
fix
on
it.
the 1st, right, so 30 days
Well, I
from
think
that.
it's 30 days from the 13th,
Mm.
I believe. It's from the meeting.
30 days from the
No.
meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would assume it's from the meeting. If you want to say the first, do first. And we'll see, if we have to move it, we'll move it.
Right.
I'm fine with that.
So December 1st now?
So reversed,
That's fine with me, because
okay?
Yeah, I can do that.
December 1st, 5:30, here. Okay. I'm gonna remember that, it's a long ways out, Kevin. Hey, call me the day before now.
Yeah. Don't you have an administrative assistant at work? I don't want to be that person. I can pay for that job.
12, 1, withdrawal.
7, 9, 2. 9.
1792.
Yeah, you've got it. That's
That's a good year.
Yeah, we may end up having to push it out. First might be cutting it close.
Yeah, that's all right, but if we do have something
Yeah.
back, then that'll be good.
Didn't they give our feedback during the meeting? I provided that meeting about what.
Well, they'll have the whole thing for 2 weeks. I think that's the point, is they'll have it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We'll go, they'll
Right.
tell us it's wonderful, good job, haven't seen anything this good, and then send us on our way.
I like how you think.
Positive.
That's
Positive
right.
waves, Carol.
That's right.
What was that from? Kelly's Heroes?
We just made it up.
Positive waves.
We just made it up.
Oh, did
I thought so.
I think it was Donald Sutherland.
Okay, so we'll meet here on the 1st?
Yep.
And we provided,
5:30, yep,
Yeah.
well, as we get through the DOE, the Board of Ed stuff, we'll know too, more of what's going on.
yeah, and then maybe by then we'll also know what the plan is for the steps beyond that.
Yes,
like the delivery.
Yep.
Okay, good.
right.
So you cannot disband us tonight, Nate?
No, I don't think I can disband us, can
I
I?
was ready to, I was ready to.
You were
make a
throwing
motion.
that word around a lot.
Yeah, you were.
Really?
I'm gonna plant the seed. I said we should disband tonight.
Anything else?
That being
You got
said,
it.
I make a motion to adjourn at 6:16 PM.
Second?
All in favor?
Right.
Thank you, Sarah. See you soon.
Thank you.